Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I would like to discuss with you how much can you expect to make in your first year as a real estate agent. So let's begin. Welcome back. Let's talk about the question that a lot of people are wondering and not really sure. How much money can you make in your first year in real estate? So let me answer this one, because there is a lot of stats, and I'm sure you're doing the research as you're trying to get into the business, and people are saying that you will make anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 in your first year. And I'm here to tell you that this is a complete nonsense. And let me explain you why. So as soon as I got into the business, I knew the first thing I had to do was to contact every single person I have in my database and let them know that I'm getting into real estate. The reason why I did it this way is that before I even finished my courses, I was already talking to people that care about me, like me, who are my friends. I was letting them know that I'll be in real estate very soon. And this is just like you're just planting a seed in someone's mind. You're not a real estate agent yet, but you're already saying that you're going to become a real estate agent. So once I have done this, I created a list of contacts. It's called Sphere, where I'm adding all the contacts that I have right now and I'm putting them into an Excel file. And I will tell you why I have done it later. But just so you understand, you need to create that list as soon as you get into the real estate business, because those are the people that are going to be your first leads. Now, money-wise, just because in case you're wondering how much money you should expect to make, it really depends on how much work are you putting in. So I can tell you, in my first year, I made over $200,000. I'm here in Canada, where our commission rate is over 5%. And the reason I was able to make that much money is that I got into the business back in 2018. The market was a bit shaky, and I really didn't care. I just kept on going, and I was in the mindset that I have to find clients to help them and add them value. So as I was trying to find clients, I didn't really care how much money I'm going to earn at the end of the year. All I cared about was, who can I possibly help? That's it. So now, 5% commission is a standard rate. Homes in Toronto sell for well over $1 million. I don't know where you are right now, but in Canada, especially in Toronto, the average price ranges closer to 1 million, so 5% is $50,000. Now, the $50,000 splits between the listing agent and the buying agent. This is the one who is actually bringing the buyer. 5% if you do the negotiations correctly with the seller. Yes, I know, your negotiations begins with the seller, and you need to show the seller value, enough value that they will trust you and they will be willing to pay you 5%. Yes, there are agents out there who take less than that, 0.5%, 1%, and you name it. Your goal is to make sure that you charge as much as you can. It's going to be anywhere between 5 to 6%, because you're going to show them serious value. You're going to show them how you can sell their property for the least amount of time for the top dollars. That's your responsibility. That's your job. This is the reason why they hire you and are paying you 5%. If you can show them the value, then of course they will negotiate your rate, and they will be paying you 1% plus 2.5% to the buying agent. So it is your responsibility to negotiate your rate. Now, so we discussed the commission rate, which is an average of about 5%. What about the expenses? Because every real estate agent has also expenses, and people forget about it. They think about, wow, I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars without actually spending anything. So I will tell you, my rule of thumb is that I believe that for me to earn a certain amount of money, I need to spend at least 15% of it into investing into my business. To just give you a rough number, 15% from $200,000 will be $30,000. And you're thinking to yourself, how can I possibly spend $30,000 in my first year? And it's very simple. As a real estate agent, you are a business. It is your responsibility to go and get a loan so that you can actually run your business. Just like a grocery store or any other certain business, they take a loan. As a real estate agent, it is your responsibility to do the same thing because you need inventory to sell. And if you can't have listings, then what are you planning on selling? That's right. $30,000 is what if you are wanting to make $200,000, you need to spend at least $30,000 divided by 12 months, which comes to $2,500 a month. Being it flyers, door hangers, newsletters, you name it. But you need to spend that money in order for you to be able to potentially make it over the year. Yes, you heard it right. You need to spend the money right now to be able to earn that money. So I'll give you an example. If I want to earn $1 million a year, I need to spend $150,000 in marketing. That's right. If I'm looking to make that much money, I need to spend also that kind of money in order for me to make that revenue that we're looking at. So how much can you possibly expect to make in your first year really depends on how much work you're putting in. Here is one way for you to not spend money and still earn money. As soon as you get into the business, one of the easiest way for you to generate business is called cold calling and door knocking. That's it. Yes, it is sweat equity. It means you have to put in the work to get the results. But at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you're going to generate this kind of revenue or not. Cold calling is pretty much for free. All you're doing is dialing people and trying to speak to as many people as you can. And you're not asking them, you're not using the Tom Ferry or Mike Ferry scripts on them because every other agent is using them. What you have to do is you have to create friendships. You need to speak to people as if they are family, friends, because you're trying to add value to their life. You're not trying to call them and ask them, hey, by the way, when are you planning on moving? Because every single agent is doing the same exact question. So what you're going to do is you're going to create relationships. You're going to introduce yourself. You will introduce yourself as a professional, expert in the area, and build a connection. That's where the money is. So we said we're going to be cold calling. Now, door knocking is another thing that you should be doing. Absolutely. Yes, I agree. 2020, 2021, we still have the pandemic going on. However, if you're building up yourself correctly, and this is going to be over soon enough, you need to be able to door knock around the farm, the area that you're specializing in, and introduce yourself as a professional. Again, you will do the same thing as if you were on the phone. You're knocking on their door, knock, knock, step away, and talk to them as if they are friends. Introduce yourself and ask them if they have any plans to potentially move in the near future. If they say no, that's perfectly fine, because you will come back to the same door in about 3 months, and another time in another 3 months, and 3 months, every 3 months, you will be going to the same door. Eventually, they will know you by their first name, you will know their family. That's how you truly create a relationship. That's how you create connections that will last forever. So we talked about cold calling, we talked about door knocking, we talked about flyering, 15% of your revenue. What else should you expect in your first year? Let me make it simple for you. If you're thinking that you're just gonna step into the office and the phone is going to ring and you're going to make thousands of dollars, let me burst the bubble right away, because that's not the case. It takes way more work than you think. A lot of new agents are just getting into the business hoping to make a lot of money. But that's not how it works. If you want to make money, and a commission-based job like ours as a real estate agent, it's really up to you to go out there and generate leads. In real estate, you heard it right. Your job is to find clients. If you speak to enough people and people like you and they trust you, they will become clients and they will be feeling comfortable selling their home or buying with you at their home, the future home. So it is up to you to go out there and get leads. Leads, if you follow up with them long enough, become eventually clients. So can you possibly make over $1 million? Absolutely, yes, you can. But you need to have the right mindset to generate leads and to be able to understand that when you're cold calling, as an example, and your goal is to speak to 100 people a day, and 99 people say, no, we don't want to move, that's perfectly fine, because all you're looking for is that one person, that's it. So let's say, I will give you an example. An average listing here in Toronto is over $1 million. 5% will be $50,000, divided by 2 agents is 2.5%, $25,000. So imagine you're calling people and majority of them say, no, we're not planning on moving. You're just looking for that one person. That one person is a potential of $25,000. So if you ever cold calling and you get to that moment where you're like, oh my God, the phone, nobody's picking up, nobody's talking to me, I'm just gonna give up. Remember, there is the $25,000 just sitting there waiting for you. It is up to you to make the phone call, and that's it. And let me tell you this last subject I think that is a very must you have to keep in mind, and a lot of brand new agents don't consider it, is scheduling. Yes, I know it sounds simple, but as a real estate agent, you're now free to do whatever you want. That you are in charge of the schedule. You're either wasting the time or you're becoming productive. You can watch Netflix, absolutely, don't get me wrong, it's perfectly fine. However, keep in mind that people like myself will go out there and make money because we're just hungry for more, we're cold calling, we're door knocking, we're constantly producing. Netflix, yes, I would love to watch Netflix, but there's just not enough time in the day. This is an activity that maybe you leave half an hour at the end of the day, but during the day, when you're busy working, you're fully focused on making money. What do I mean by making money? Your brain, you're thinking about, I need to find someone who I can help. You're not thinking about, where is my next commission check? You're thinking is, who can I possibly help? Once you start thinking this way, you realize quickly enough that the money will just follow, because it's all about helping the client. That's the bottom line. I hope you enjoyed this information. There's going to be lots of more videos coming up as well, just to kind of trying to help out new real estate agents with their mindset, because there's so much potential in this business, and I'm now in my 3rd year, and I wish I had this information when I just got into the business. If you do enjoy this information, make sure you subscribe to the channel right here. Give me the thumbs up, like that, because YouTube algorithm obviously likes it. And then remember, whenever you're working, make yourself as productive as you can. Put your phone in a different room, make it silent, whatever it takes, but remember that you have to be super productive, because unless you're in charge of your schedule, someone else will. Have an amazing day.